reacting to how Kanye destroyed a $1.7 billion shoe. Hey man, we all know what he's talking about, the Yeezys, duh. And I'm afraid to admit I've never owned a pair of Yeezys, bro. I wanted to, but I just couldn't afford it at the time. But let's see what they're talking about.
In 2020, a pair of Adidas Yeezys cost $220 to buy and about $25 to manufacture. On the resale
Really?
market, certain colorways were
So he was getting a shoe made for $25 and selling on the back end for $220. Oh my goodness, I didn't get money.
for $2,000.
Now that's a businessman
The
right
man
there.
responsible for those shoes was pulling in $191 million a year in royalties alone, plus a $100 million annual marketing fund he could spend however he wanted. That man was Kanye West, and within 2
This
years,
nigga,
he
bro,
would
he had the world at his fingertips. Then he want to just act. What's the word? He want to rage bait people, or it's a word for what I'm. Oh, it's gonna come to me, bro.
the most profitable sneaker partnership in history, cost Adidas its first annual loss in
He want to act
decades,
edgy.
and
There
leave
it is. He want to act edgy.
1.2 billion euros worth of shoes sitting in warehouses with nobody willing to touch them. This is not a story about cancellation. This is a story about what happens when a billion-dollar corporation bets everything on one person, and that person decides to burn it all down.
For no reason.
Before
bro.
Adidas, Kanye was at Nike, and that relationship tells you everything about what came next. In 2009, Nike released the Air Yeezy 1. It retailed at $250. It was one of the first non-athlete
That's
signature
one of the
shoes
shoes
in
that
Nike's
Hypebeast was
history.
really hyping up.
It sold out instantly. All three colorways were gone. Resale prices climbed past $3,000
Hey, I got those though. My girl got me those.
in months.
In like a
Then
navy
in
gray.
June 2012, Nike dropped the Air Yeezy 2. Only 5,000 pairs per colorway. Retail was $245. On eBay, a single pair sold for $90,000 before most people even had a chance to try them on.
$90,000? Are you serious, bro?
The shoe was a cultural earthquake. Nothing Nike had released outside of Jordan had ever generated that kind of hysteria. But here's the thing. Kanye made almost nothing from those shoes.
Dang.
Nike's deal
That's
was
why
a
he went to
standard
Adidas.
celebrity endorsement. A flat fee, no royalties, no cut of the sales. Every pair of Air Yeezys that resold for $5,000 or $90,000, Kanye's share was zero. Nike kept everything. When Kanye
I ain't
asked
gonna
for
lie, I feel fucked over. Oh, let's not cuss. I would feel used and abused. Let's say that. Yeah.
royalties, Nike's position was simple. You are not an athlete. Athletes get royalties. You get a check and a thank you. They offered to donate some of the proceeds to a charity of Kanye's choice instead. Kanye wanted what Michael Jordan had, royalties on every pair sold, his own line, a brand within the brand. Nike said no. So Kanye did something nobody in the sneaker industry expected. He walked away from the biggest sportswear company on earth. And on his way out the door, Nike
Them
released
is hard though. But 5 bands off the resale? Man, resellers was getting money, man.
one final Air Yeezy, the Red October, in February 2014. The shoe dropped after Kanye had already signed with Adidas. It was Nike selling the last thing Kanye had made for them while he was already building something new for their competitor. Adidas was waiting, and they were desperate. By 2013, Adidas was culturally invisible in America. Nike owned every conversation. Jordan Brand alone generated more
In
revenue than Adidas.
2013. How old was I? I was 10 in 2013. Yeah, I remember shoes like that, honestly. I ain't had no fashion sense in
entire
2013.
North American operation. Adidas made great soccer cleats. Nobody in Brooklyn or Los Angeles cared. So Adidas offered Kanye a deal that no athlete, no celebrity, no designer in the history of sportswear had ever been given.
These the sketches of the shoes, though. Twitch.
Full creative control over design, branding, and launch strategy. And critically, Kanye retained 100% ownership of the Yeezy trademark. He did not license his name to Adidas, he owned it. Adidas was renting the right to use his brand. The original deal was substantial, but in 2016, after Yeezy had already proven itself, Kanye renegotiated. He secured a 15% royalty on wholesale prices, roughly $18 per pair on a $120 wholesale shoe.
Kanye is getting back. I ain't never know it went like this. You making 180 off of $18. Then the whole world was wearing these shoes. I wanted a pair so bad, but bro,
On top of that, he received a $100 million annual marketing fund, paid in quarterly installments of $25 million that he could spend at his discretion. To put those numbers in perspective, Michael Jordan makes about $150 million a year from Nike. Kanye was pulling in
but
$191
that's
million
just that's
in.
just from Nike though. You know, Jordan got his own brand. So man, I want money like this. Like this is crazy. Like no bull.
Royalties alone in 2020, plus the $100 million marketing fund. He was out earning the most iconic athlete endorsement in history, and he was not even an athlete. February 2015, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 750
Them
drops.
so hard.
Only 9,000 pairs made available globally. Retail price $350. They sell out in 10 minutes. The resale market explodes overnight.
10 minutes. I don't even want to see what they reselling these shoes for. I'm a low ball. I'm gonna say they reselling it for like a band.
Pairs are going for $1,500 within hours.
Yeah, I wonder how much they cost today in today's society.
4 months later, the Yeezy Boost 350 launches. Retail $200, sold out online in under 15 minutes. Resale prices hit
Them was so
$1,000
hard.
to
I love them shoes. I just
$1,000
never had a pair again.
depending on colorway. People camp outside stores for days. Websites crash. Foot Locker employees get offered bribes for early access. And suddenly, Adidas is cool again. Not gradually, overnight. Every celebrity wears Yeezys. Every influencer posts them. Every kid in every high school wants a pair. Adidas sales jump 14% that year. Net income climbs 10%. Wall Street notices immediately. By 2019, the Yeezy line is generating $1.3
Man,
billion in
imagine if you had stocks, if you invest into Adidas during this time. Oh, you filthy rich, bro. Ain't no way.
annual revenue. By 2021, that number hits $1.7 billion. But here is the statistic that explains everything that happened next. Yeezy was not just 8% of Adidas's total revenue. It was 40% of the company's profits.
Man,
4 out of every $10 of profit that Adidas made came from one product line designed by one person. The stock tripled between 2015 and 2021. Forbes put Kanye's net worth at $6.6 billion in March 2021, making him one of the wealthiest musicians in history. Over the first 4 years of the Adidas
my
contract
thing is, bro,
alone,
you making all this money. You have all this influence. What clicked in your mind? Like, forget them people, forget that people. You know, he was saying F certain groups of people, races and whatnot. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm not getting into it.
Kanye
Y'all know what he
received more than
said, bro.
$500 million in combined royalty payments and marketing fees. But inside Adidas headquarters in Herzogenaurach, Germany, something uncomfortable was happening. Yeezy was not just a successful partnership anymore. It was becoming structurally essential. Other parts of the business were slowing. Competition from Nike, New Balance, and On Running was intensifying. Growth targets were harder to hit without Yeezy carrying the numbers. The partnership stopped feeling like an asset. It started feeling like a dependency. And the person they depended on was becoming increasingly unpredictable. The warning signs were not subtle. Kanye crashed award shows. He made bizarre public statements for years. He ran for president in 2020 and received
Nigga got 70K votes. What the hell? You know how many votes? Like the top three people be getting up in the hundreds of millions. Come on, bro.
70,000
That's
votes.
crazy.
He wore a White Lives Matter shirt to Paris Fashion Week.
Weirdo.
Each time the same conversation happened inside Adidas.
Weirdo.
Is this still worth it? And each time the math answered for
It's
them.
not worth
One
it. Me as a big corporation like Adidas, if I'm Adidas, bro, I'm dropping you straight like that. Cause it's like you're putting this negative image on our name. You're dragging us down with you. You already make 40% of our revenue, of pretty much. You sell a lot, so you have a lot of influence on the culture, right? Yeah, yeah. I think it was a great idea for Adidas to drop Kanye though. Honestly, bro, it's just too much that came with him. He only became more edgy and edgier over time, bro. It was a great idea, in
$7
my
billion
opinion.
dollars a year, 40% of profits. You do not walk away from numbers like that over a controversial t shirt. Until
It's
October
not about the
2022,
t-shirt.
when the math stopped mattering. Over a period of 2 weeks, Kanye went on a media tour that would cost him nearly everything. Podcast interviews, social media posts, live streams. He made anti Semitic statements. He
See,
praised Hitler on camera. The
see.
backlash was not gradual, it was total. Talent agencies dropped him, social media platforms removed his accounts, Balenciaga severed ties, Gap terminated their partnership. JP Morgan Chase,
All this because you wanna push anti-Semitism. Come on, bro. Like, bro. I think Kanye was just bored. He rich and bored. He was like, I won that life. Oh well, trying to start over.
closed his
Like, bro,
accounts.
what?
And every hour that passed, the same question grew louder. Why is Adidas still doing business with this man? Inside Adidas headquarters, the board convened emergency meetings. The CFO ran the numbers one final time. Ending Yeezy meant $1.7 billion in annual revenue gone, 40% of profits erased. The stock
Damn.
would crater. But keeping Yeezy meant something worse boycotts,
I ain't gonna
employee
lie. I take that back about the stock statement. Well, I mean, if I seen honestly, if I
walkout.
seen Kanye going on this tirade that he was going on, if I did have stocks in it before and I made a lot, I would have just pulled everything I had out of that portfolio. Especially considering that he's been anti-Semitic. Come on, bro.
Institutional investors threatening to pull out. The reputational damage was compounding faster than anyone could model. On October 25th, 2022, Adidas made the call. According to reporting, the meeting
October
in
when? Oh,
October 25th,
2022.
2022, Adidas made the call. According to reporting, the meeting in which executives voted to end the partnership lasted 2 minutes. 2 minutes to kill a $1.7 billion revenue stream.
Man, that's
The
crazy.
statement was 3 sentences. Adidas does not tolerate anti Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Yet recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous. The partnership is terminated immediately. The stock dropped that day and kept falling for weeks. The CEO, Casper Rorsted, who had presided over the entire Yeezy boom, announced his resignation. Billions in market value vanished. But the stock price was not the real problem. The real problem was physical. It was sitting in warehouses across 4 continents and it was not going anywhere. Sneaker companies manufacture inventory from 6 to 12 months in advance.
Damn. So what did they do with it? Honestly, is it does it still just sit there to this day? They not just about to say, "Here you go, Kanye. You can have all of your shoes," because he'll just sell it on the back end. Like, I'm
When
curious.
Adidas cut Kanye, they had already produced the entire 2023 Yeezy lineup. Millions of pairs of shoes, designed, stitched, boxed, and shipped before Kanye ever opened his mouth. 1.2 billion euros worth of product stacked floor to ceiling in distribution centers from Germany to China.
Damn.
Adidas owned the physical shoes, but remember that detail from the original contract. The one that seemed like a minor concession when Yeezy was printing $1.7 billion a year? Kanye owned the Yeezy trademark, 100% of it. That
Oh,
clause, which was supposed to make the partnership attractive, had become a legal minefield. The company had 3 options. None of them were good. Option 1, destroy everything. Incinerate
yeah. You just burning all that money away, all that hard work and all that money just down the drain.
2 billion euros in perfectly good shoes. Take the write off and move on. But burning millions of sneakers while the world watches would be an environmental catastrophe. And
Oh, that too. I forgot. I ain't even think about the environment. They just gonna speed run global warming. Come on now.
public relations disaster stacked on top of the one they were already
They could
living
just
through.
give it to Africa. Give it to people in Africa or less fortunate places that need shoes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. What's wrong with that? You not hurting the environment and you helping other people off of something that you can't benefit from. That's what they could have did. Hey, I ain't rich though.
Option 2, hold the inventory indefinitely. Pay millions per year in storage costs and wait for a solution that might never come. Option 3, sell them. But who buys shoes designed by a man who just praised Hitler on a podcast? In early 2023, new CEO Bjorn Gulden made the decision. Adidas would sell the remaining Yeezys. They also decided to donate a significant portion of the proceeds to organizations fighting anti Semitism and hate. They consulted with the Anti Defamation League, with Jewish organizations, and with civil rights groups. The message was deliberate. We are not profiting from this. We are turning a crisis into something constructive. May 2023. Adidas released the first batch of post-breakup Yeezys. They sold out within hours, then the next batch, then the next. Here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in the sneaker industry wanted to say out loud. The shoes were still good, the design had not changed,
Yeah.
the comfort had not changed, the boost cushioning still felt the same underfoot. The only thing that changed was the name attached to them. And apparently, for most consumers, that was not enough to stop buying. Adidas generated roughly 750 million euros from Yeezy sales in 2023 and another 650 million euros in 2024. By the fourth quarter of 2024, the last pair was sold. Total revenue from the liquidation came to approximately 1.3 billion euros. Adidas earmarked 260 million euros for charitable donations to organizations combating discrimination and hate, including the Anti-Defamation
Why
League.
is that picture
The Where
like that? Why is his face like that?
combating discrimination and hate,
I guess the camera had a malfunction.
including the
Y'all see this shit right here? Oh, I guess it's probably an effect or something.
Anti-Defamation League. The warehouse nightmare was finally over. It took 2 years, but the damage was permanent. Operating profit dropped 66% in 2022. Adidas posted a net loss in 2023, their first annual loss in over 30 years. North American revenue fell 16%. First quarter 2023 alone saw a 400 million euro loss directly attributed to the Yeezy termination. Meanwhile, competitors were thriving. Nike posted record numbers. New Balance was growing at double digits on run.
I can't believe y'all hyped up Bloom Balance the way y'all did. I still want to buy a pair of New Balance, bro. I don't really see the hype behind those. You know, I might actually invest in some Yeezys as some running shoes because I really need some running shoes and some new work shoes. I'm glad I watched this video. I'm gonna look into it. Hold on.
Was stealing market share across Europe. Adidas scrambled to fill the hole. They signed Bad Bunny. They pushed the Samba and the Gazelle as lifestyle shoes. Some of it worked. The Samba had a genuine cultural moment, but nothing.
Man, I got flamed. I got flamed for wearing some Samoa Adidas. In middle school, I never wore Samoa Adidas again. Talk about you need some more of those. Ha 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 ha. Weirdo. Like, bro.
Came close to replacing what Yeezy had been. 40% of your profits is not a partnership. It is a structural dependency. And you cannot rebuild structural dependencies with a marketing campaign. And Kanye himself went from $6.6 billion to roughly $400 million, according to Forbes. He lost Adidas. He lost Gap. He lost Balenciaga. He lost JP Morgan. He claims his net worth is $2.7 billion now, based on his music catalog and the Yeezy trademark he still owns outright. Forbes has not confirmed that number. The gap between those two figures tells you everything about the difference between owning a brand name and having the infrastructure to actually sell shoes at scale. A trademark without a manufacturer is an engine without a car. Here is what makes this story different from every other celebrity scandal in corporate history. This was not a company that partnered with someone controversial and took a small hit to brand equity. This was a company that allowed one person to become 40% of its profits, knew for years that person was volatile, and chose to ride it out because the revenue was too good to question. Compare that to Nike. Jordan brand is enormous, maybe 15% of revenue. But Nike has LeBron. They have dozens of athletes.
LeBron himself. Come on, bro. Even though I'm not, like, I ain't wore a pair of LeBron since middle school. Yeah. And that's when I thought LeBron was so cool. And then, yeah. That's when we used to bust the hooping shoes off the uniform. If you know, you know. But yeah, after that little phase, straight Jordan, Nike, regular Nike, cocaine whites. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what cocaine whites is? Fuegos, Fuego ones, Air Force ones, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people call it different things, but yeah, that's just my
And
go-to.
collaborators across every sport and subculture. If one relationship implodes, the system absorbs it. Nike built a portfolio, Adidas built
Look
a
at this, bro.
pillar, system
They got the
absorbs it.
Mexican Jordan.
Nike
All right, let's just go through this shoe list real quick. Ass, 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 ass. The Mexican Jordans, them straight, them straight. I'll wear these. I'll wear these. I'll wear these. It depends. These all the same shoe, but depend on the situation. I wear these. Ass. Hell no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Um, these straight. You know what I'm saying? They not Jordan ones, but I forgot the name of these, but they high top. What is it called, bro? High top boy or mid top dunks or some shit. Yeah, I wear these. I wear these. I wear these sevens. Ash, ash. No, I don't. I'm not really a big fan of what is these nines. I don't know. I don't like them shoes. I wear these fives. I wear these 12s. Yes, sir.
portfolio.
I got drip chat. Let me know.
Adidas built a pillar, and when that pillar cracked, the ceiling came down. The Yeezy story is really a story about dependency disguised as success. Every quarterly earnings call that celebrated Yeezy revenue was also a warning nobody wanted to hear. Every record breaking drop was another brick in a foundation built on one person's stability. And every time the board looked at Kanye's behavior and said the money is too good to walk away, they were choosing short term profit over long term survival. Adidas is still here. They are recovering. But somewhere in Herzogenaurach, there is a warehouse that is finally empty. The last trace of a $1.7 billion partnership has been
Damn, that's a
shipped
big
out,
ass truck, bro.
sold off, and the proceeds donated to fight the hatred that ended it. The shoes are gone, the lesson is not.
Oh shit. Damn, I don't know what they just did. But no, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. And honestly, bro, I feel like Kanye really just got bored. He had the world at his fingertips. He had it at his hands. Had the world in his hands. He's like, I'm bored. Let me just go talk about things that I don't really believe in. Say I hate these people when I really don't. Just to get a little attention, a little rah rah in my life, a little. I could be wrong though, but let me know what y'all think. And I'm gonna catch you next in the next one. Yes, sir.